Hello, my Maple Leaf fans. How are you? Welcome to the quick preview of tonight's game between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Dallas Stars. I'll kick you through a quick media pregame conference before tonight's pucks up at 7. I'm a little bit late, but as you all know, I had this channel shut down for a bit when I won my appeal. So then they emailed me this morning to tell me that there was no violations. So YouTube made a huge mistake. So I'm back running, up and running season 5. So hope you enjoyed season 5. I'm back up and running, people. Yahoo! So here we go with tonight's pregame conference with the Maple Leafs before pucks up.
I had a nice dinner. My mom's here in town too, so it's always good to see him. Obviously, it's hard to see him during the season and just kind of catch up when I can.
Is he annoyed that you have bragging rights? Like you've kind of had him so far in the NHL.
I don't know. I don't really talk about it. Keep it quiet, but just trying to do my thing tonight and hopefully get the win tonight.
He's playing pretty well right now. What are you noticing about how he's playing lately?
Yeah, it's just. I mean, it's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you're cold, sometimes you're hot, and he's getting going. And it's good to see that. It's just tonight, I need him to take a night off. So, but it's good to see and. It's good to see him get back to kind of who he is and what he can do.
After last game, Craig said that maybe the group needs a bit more life, a bit more energy. What are you sensing in this room? What do you think needs to change?
I mean, like you said, just energy. And I mean, again, not every game's be perfect, but we got to bring that effort and that energy. And we have a great test tonight against Dallas, and we look forward to doing so.
How are you feeling about your game?
I feel really good. I think the past couple of games since being back in the lineup felt pretty good. And like I said, I want to build on the good things that I'm doing and keep shooting the puck, keep moving my feet, and keep it simple.
You always feel like you have a lot of energy. Like, do you do anything to keep yourself going in the middle of the dog days of the season?
Thanks to caffeine. I don't know. I get pumped to play games, but also that helps a little bit too. And I'm just enjoying. I think I get a lot of energy. I'm just enjoying where I'm at, being joyful to come to the rink every day and be with the guys and look forward to playing games.
Coffee?
Like these pre-workouts. I tried coffee, can't do it.
Oh yeah? So where do you get your caffeine?
It's like this little like powder or something that Margaret suggested, and just do that for me.
Steven Lorentz, he said he was pretty nervous to play with those guys tonight. Like, what do you think he can bring there?
Again, I really love his game. He just plays hard. He keeps the game simple and he's an effective player out there. He definitely made it, when I play with him, made it easier for my game, my time in that game. So he just plays a lot of pace. I think he just plays his game. He's going to do great.
Raleigh, so that was the difference. And what are you expecting from him tonight? And what does it mean to you when the goalie takes ownership like that?
Yeah, I mean, Joseph's a great goalie. Obviously, he knows he has good self-perspective on how it is. Obviously, I don't know. He's a great goaltender. Obviously, we look forward to the next battle.
Just wondering if anyone you know or anyone was affected in California by the fires. Do you know people that were? Or?
Some people, yes, but thankfully the fire literally just went right around. It was right where we live, which is right around our house. Thankfully, so thank you to the firefighters there. Obviously, it's not a very good situation, but thankfully, my family's safe in the house.
What was it like? What went through your mind when you first heard it?
When you hear fire in California, I've seen fires before. Obviously, it's devastating, but this one to this magnitude is crazy. And obviously, you're calling my parents, calling family members how they're doing, and fortunately, our family's not been affected by it too bad. Obviously, there's debris, and it's still not good to go home, but not at the point where the house is going down. But, it's a terrible situation. Just praying for it to end and for the family to affected.
How much does it weigh on you as it's played out here?
The fires?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. Fortunately, again, like I said, not too bad affected by it, but I got this dealing with this, and then I look at my phone and there's fires, and you're wondering where your family's at. So I just hope it stops.
What was your dad's reaction when he found out you'd be playing with Austin and Mitch?
Yeah, I just sent him a text after practice, and I just got I haven't really talked to him since, but I know he's excited. I know he doesn't want to say too much either because, like mentioned, just everything there. I've played with top of the before growing up through the years and stuff. So again, I just think not overcomplicate things, and the closer it's getting to game time, the better I feel. So it's just hockey. I'm just going to go out and play the role that I play, and hopefully it clicks well with him.
Who have you played with in the past that is maybe at least somewhat similar that you can look back at on that and say, okay, that's a good touch point for me?
Yeah, I mean, there's even some states in Carolina when a guy would go down and I'd find myself like Sebastian Aho or an Andrei Svechnikov. Again, they're just easy guys to play with because, as good as they are at world-class level, the talent they have, they're hard workers too. So as long as you're working hard and three of you are, at least somewhat on the same page and your mindset's similar, then I think good things will happen. So like I said, I'm just looking forward to it. It's a good challenge. Not every day you get to see play with two of the top players in the world. That's going to be exciting.
Guys would often tell us that Austin and Mitch talk a lot on the what have you noticed about them during games and what that dynamic is like?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can see just by the way they play, they're on the same page. And if there's a little disconnect, they'll address that with each other. And then, it seems like they're clicking again very quickly. So, again, I talk to them after practice. I just said I'm going to go out there and try to be in space and try to win these puck battles back in the corner. And I'm not going to try to force passes to them just because I want to get them the puck. And I'm just going to try and make the right plays and hopefully it falls in place.
In the preseason, you talked about how excited you were to be a Maple Leaf, and now you're on the top line with Austin and Mitch. So halfway through the year, how do you feel about how you fit in with this group?
No, it's a great group. I love it here. Every guy in the locker room brings something different to the team, on and off the ice, and it's you can tell by the success we've had. And it's not a perfect season. Nobody's going to go 82-0. There's definitely some slip-ups and some off games, but we do a great job kind of staying on the same page. And going back to training camp, it's just been a blur. Honestly, it feels like it was a couple weeks ago, and we're already over halfway through the season. So I'm just enjoying this. Every single time I get the Total Leafs jersey on my head, it's a privilege. So it's just been a lot of fun.
You're a pretty energetic guy. Do you do anything to keep your stuff going in the middle of the dog days of the season? Like Nick was just telling us, caffeine is good. How do you keep your motor running?
I don't want to overload on caffeine. My tongue might help blow off, I think. But I mean, at the rink, I just try to save the energy for the rink. Skating and just being around the guys who make the best shot in the world. But when I go home, it's just time to unwind and hang out with my fiance. And we don't do too much. So just explore the city and little things. But I'm not sure. I'm fortunate that I have all this energy right now, but I'm not getting any younger either. So I hope it stays around for as long as I can.
What's the mental side like of playing with someone like Austin and Mitch, where obviously you expect a lot of yourself as a pro athlete, but you need to, always be confident. And other chances will come if you don't necessarily make the most of the first one. You got to keep yourself moving forward and not dwelling on what just happened.
Right. You got to have a short-term memory to be an athlete. Your highs can't be too high and your lows can't be too low. And it's an easy thing to say because there are times where it just seems like nothing's going right for you. But you got to believe that the work you put in your whole career to get you to this level in itself is a testament to the hard work and what you bring to the table in terms of a successful team. Again, every guy here is a puzzle piece that fits, and you have to believe that your role is. You're there for a reason. So at the end of the day, promotions are going to happen. Sometimes you might get bumped back, but you just have to believe that the game that you play is the right fit for the team. And coach will find a spot for you to line up, and you just have to work.
And are those two good at keeping your confidence high? I mean, obviously it's relatively new to you, but I mean...
It seemed very easy just talking to them yesterday. And again, you see them talking to each other on the bench even when you're not playing with them. And you're not surprised why they click so well on the ice. They both think the game is such a high level. They both have the skills to back it up too. So, again, I'm not trying to overcomplicate things. I know I don't have the abilities that those guys do at their level, but I also bring something to the table that I think can work well for us too as well.
Plan? Can you afford as little as $14.88 per month to protect your spouse and children from financial stress when you pass away? If yes, the Senior's Choice Plan could be the most important decision you make today. Simply click the blue button under this video, complete the easy form, and find out if you can get up to $20,000 in protection today. Older, who need an affordable option to leave financial support to their loved ones. This plan exists to reduce the financial stress on your family in the future. As everything gets more expensive in Canada, the worry grows that our children might struggle to pay for our funeral and other final expenses. The Senior's Choice Plan gives them a safety net, ensuring they have the necessary funds to help cover these expenses without the stress. Don't let financial worries be part of their memory of you. From just $15 a month, you can provide your loved ones with a tax-free sum to help handle these expenses, so they won't have to. Click the blue button below this video now to get your price for a Senior's Choice Plan today.
Dear Ashley, you transformed our lives in ways we'll never forget. During our past holiday travel, I had booked a family trip to Bangkok to be with my son, who was facing a medical situation. When a blizzard grounded flights, my daughter and her boyfriend, who were departing from different cities to join me in Vancouver, were stranded. I felt desperate. But then I spoke to you. As a mom with a child in need, 12,000 kilometers away, connecting with you felt like destiny. And through your efforts, managed to secure flights for both my daughter and her boyfriend, allowing us to reach Bangkok together. As we finally took off, I cried, overwhelmed with grief and gratitude. Thank you doesn't seem enough to express my feelings.
So Ashley, we have a little surprise for you. Somebody's here to say hi.
Oh my God. How are you? I flew in this morning to surprise you.
Stop!
I'm here to say thank you in person. I was a random person on the phone that you took the call. You forever changed my life. This is a special moment for you. That Air Canada wants to recognize you. What you did was incredible.
Thank you so much. It means so much coming from you. I will never forget that.
Let's see where he is.
Hello. So nice to meet you.
Thank you for everything. I really appreciate it. I hadn't seen them in a long time, and so it was nice to have it all work out the way it did.
Oh, it's my absolute pleasure.
Well, my mom talks about you all the time.
What sort of response are you expecting from the group coming off a couple losses here?
Yeah, had a good practice day yesterday, sort of regroup and just look to play connected and play with each other, help each other, and support each other up and down the ice.
What stands out about the Stars? And you know them pretty well. What's the challenge tonight?
Play with a lot of pace, move pucks very quick. A lot of skilled guys. They play 5 guys connected and move pucks, get pucks up the ice, and obviously they want to play in our end a lot more than they do in theirs.
You were only there a little while, but when you face a team that you used to play for, is there extra emotion for you personally heading into this?
I don't think emotion, but you always want to beat the team that you played for sure. I mean, yeah, had a great time there, and first-class organization, and all the way sort of top to bottom, and great guys there, but obviously I definitely want to beat them tonight.
Yeah. Is there anyone, when you were with them, that really opened your eyes that you didn't know much about, but after being their teammate, kind of had a new appreciation for their skill?
Probably Thomas Harley.
Yeah.
Incredible player, so probably doesn't get talked about enough. So him and Essa are Essa's incredible defenseman, great stick, makes the right play all the time. Big and strong, so those 2 guys I would say are extremely good defensemen that definitely don't get enough recognition.
What is it about Harley in particular that impressed you?
Great skater, moves the puck really well, and has great offensive instincts, but works just as hard defensively. So yeah, he's a real deal for a really young player.
Jason Robertson's on a hot streak right now. What makes him so dangerous when he's riding this momentum?
Yeah, he's a confident player, really good shot, big body that knows how to use his size. So he's obviously a dangerous player and has been for the last number of years here.
Obviously different size players, but do you notice any similarities between the 2 brothers, the Robertsons?
Yeah, I mean, they both shoot the puck extremely well, and are able, when they have time, they're able to pick corners and put the puck where they want, and then they're both smart players and are able to read off other guys, and yeah, I mean, use their head to their advantage.
What about off the ice? How would you compare their personalities?
Yeah, I think a little different, but they're a little different, but they both sort of want the same things and are both great people. Work extremely hard and both want to win.
Steven Lawrence is getting an opportunity up the lineup tonight. He's pretty pumped for it. Like, what do you think he can bring in an elevated role?
Yeah, he's worked extremely hard all year and been a really good player. So he's going to continue to do that today, and I mean, expect him to be a really good player for us. So he's done that all year, regardless of where he's played.
The Stars and the Leafs, obviously, 2 of the NHL's better teams, but the Leafs have won the last 7 in this matchup, and I think they're 8-2 in the last 10. Is there from your perspective on the rivalry?
I mean, I've only played 1 game, and they probably should have beat us, but our goalie was really good. So it was a good game in Dallas. But I mean, definitely the first half of the game they sort of controlled a lot of the play, and we were definitely able to create some chances and offense, but give up probably a little more than we wanted to.
Speaking of your goalie, Joseph kind of said the other goalie played him in Carolina, kind of took responsibility for that loss. What does it mean to you? Obviously, it's a team game, but what does it mean to you when you hear your goalie kind of taking ownership like that?
He's been great all year for us. So, I mean, listen, everyone's accountable in here, and we all want to be our best every night, and sometimes that's not going to happen. But that game was not Joe's fault at all, anyway. So that was on us in front of him. So, but obviously, it's great for him to do that for us, but something he definitely didn't have to.
What's the challenge of the Dallas Stars tonight?
Very good team, deep team. They don't give a whole lot up. They're solid all around. Goaltending's good, and Heiskanen and Harley on the back end are very good skaters and transport the puck up the ice. And I said they're a tough opponent.
What would you expect out of your own group? You guys don't really lose too many in a row. You've lost 2 in a row.
Yeah.
What do you expect out of your guys?
Well, just a more complete game, I think. I thought like last game, I think we were pretty solid defensively, but we didn't create enough offensively, power play included. So just we need to put it all together tonight. But at the same time, they're a stingy team, so you got to take what they give you, and we can't open it up. And we don't want to play that way either. We just need a real good, solid hockey game for 60 minutes tonight. And we need everybody. We can't have any passengers tonight.
New line mate for Austin and Mitch tonight. What are you looking for from them?
He just brings energy to that line, I think, more than anything. Size, compete. Pretty simple game, obviously, but he's going to be at the net. He's going to forecheck for him, and he's going to get in there and create loose pucks and things like that. So just to add a little energy to that line.
You mentioned he's a little nervous in that spot because he hasn't really...
What's that?
Lawrence mentioned that he's a bit nervous just because he's never really played in that spot before. Do you say anything to him in that type of situation?
Keep it simple. That's what I say to him. He doesn't need to change his game. He just needs to do what he does. And, Matthews and Marner, they'll do what they do. I don't think he needs to try to force pucks and trying to find them and things like that. Just keep playing your game and do your thing. It's just, sometimes when you put a worker with 2 skilled players like that, just a guy that's going to, meat and potatoes guy, go to the net, hound pucks, create loose pucks battles for these guys, sometimes they need that.
To create a spark for that line?
Just to try to help them a little bit and just try to create some energy on that line, That's why I did it.
Saw Kelly Yarncroc around, a bit of a forgotten man this season. Is there an update on his timeline?
Well, timeline, that's a tough one still, I think. He's a ways away, but he's progressing in the right direction. Kind of skating a little bit now, which is a good sign. So, we'll see how it goes here, I'd say in the next 2 weeks, and then we'd have more definitive timeline.
After the game in Raleigh, Joseph came out and he took ownership. He said, the difference in the game is their goalie outplayed me. Obviously, the other guys have said it's a team game, but do you like that the goalie is...
Oh, I do like that. I like anybody that takes ownership of themselves and the team and things like that. That's important. And, he wants to be better, and just like the whole team wanted to be better that night. We just didn't play a good enough hockey game to be successful.
Craig, you're halfway through the year. What do you know of your team that maybe you didn't know when you first arrived here?
I think just the professionalism of the players. I think they're real good pros here, work extremely hard on and off the ice, very prepared, and great to work with. I mean, the relationships I have with all the guys has been really good. So, but I think more than anything, it's just, you see some high-end talented players and you wonder, how they approach it, but they're very serious about their game and the team and how they approach things. They work extremely hard.